Hey, what's up, my uplifting life partners? This is Ron Simplify Myers. Today, I wanted to come talk to you guys about the topic: why do men withdraw and how to handle it. Now, there are people that will tell you there's 2 reasons, 3 reasons, 4 reasons, whatever the conversation. Um, but those are just to make their presentation sound like I'm so precise and I got this stuff down. I'm an expert, folks. There's so many reasons why people do what they do. The only way you're gonna really find out why they do what they do is you got to have a conversation with the person, and they'd be willing to be honest and upfront with you. But I'll share with you 3 of the things that I've noticed to be like the most popular reasons why guys withdraw. And of course, there's more than the ones I'm going to share, but these have seemed to be the most common 3. And one of them is teaching. I told you guys about the first 9 years of my life. I was pretty much raised by 10 women. My mom has 7 sisters, so that was 8 of them. My grandma and my sister, even though she's a year younger than me. That's who was really teaching me about life and relations and all that kind of stuff for the first 9 years of my life. 9 and above is when the guys came in and they started teaching me. It's all about how many women you can have, how many women you can sleep with, sowing your oats, have the main woman on the side no matter what you do, so you would have that, that safety net. But never ever with a conversation about loyalty and commitment. And because that's the teachings, for most guys, they always have problems in relationships. See, because of that teaching, we ask the questions, why is it the guys have a problem with committing? Here's your answer. For most guys, that was the teaching. See, we do everything in life for 1 or 2 reasons. 1 of 2 reasons, okay? One of those is either to avoid pain or to gain pleasure. So if the guys have taught me, like in my case, that the pleasure is having more women and many women as possible, then obviously having 1 woman equals pain, right? You guys get that? So what changed for me, and you guys have heard me tell the story about what I call the nightmare, is I had the dream that I caught Terry cheating. I woke up in the middle of the night, my heart was beating fast, I was sweating, and that's why I call it a nightmare, because it made me realize how much I really cared for her. And it had to be midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. I called her up. I was like, I love you. And I was committed from that day forward. But it took that to wake me up, because before that, I was trying to be the man, as all the guys had taught me. So being with Terry helped me realize that it was pleasure to have 1 woman and pain to have many. If the guy doesn't make that transformation in his thought process, then you're going to have problems. Especially if he's been taught that or he believes that, and he gets married and he still has that thought process. Guess why he cheated? Yeah, he still has that programming. See, that's got to be a shift in the thought process, where the thought of ever losing you, and that's kind of what happened with me and Terry. I got to the point where I was like, man, there's nothing and no one worth losing her over, and that's what changed for me. And I've always said, if you haven't made that commitment within yourself, you shouldn't be getting married. That's both people. Now, that's one reason, teaching. So if you've been taught bad stuff, you got to change that thought process. The second one would be the fear of being hurt. Now, I know we keep hearing women getting hurt. Hey, this works both ways. You guys know everything I share is both sides. I don't play this male-female kind of game that most people want to teach out here. Men go through the exact same things. Men have been hurt. Now, they're not going to show it. Why? Because the world has told them it's not manly. You're not being macho. Men, we can withstand anything. We don't get hurt because we're not emotional creatures. Garbage. Men are very emotional creatures. Every single man, I don't care how great or how strong or how powerful you think he is, he has cried, he's going to cry. He may not do it in front of you. He'll do it in his room where nobody sees him. And yes, I know, guys, I know you didn't want that told, but it's real. They all do. I don't care who you think they are. They always have, and they always will cry. They just won't do it in front of you. So, because guys have been hurt, there are some guys that, because of that, again, because they can't tell anybody, they can't go get help for it, they can't be re-educated, retrained on that thought process, it causes them to stay away from ever wanting to feel that pain again. And until they realize that, until somebody actually teaches that, or until they get to that point where they lose someone that was valuable to them because they didn't get it, or they had to fight to get that person back because they almost lost them and had that, it's still going to be the transforming of the thought process. Until that actually happens, to where they get past that fear of pain, and twist it to, it's more painful to not to be in a committed relationship. That it's more pleasure to find someone and be able to settle down and relax. Till they make that switch, they're going to always keep pushing people away and not even themselves know why. And the third one, kind of the most popular we hear all the time, it has to do with the fact that there are ladies that have a tendency to go to bed with guys very, very quickly. And it's kind of, the analogy I like to use is, let's say there's certain dessert that you enjoy, you love, you crave that dessert. It's like, I want it. And that's the way he's looking at you, like, ooh, gotta have her. The moment you went to bed with him, you quenched his thirst. Now, if he really truly wants to be in a relationship with you, he'll continue that process. But if he did what he wanted and that's really all he was trying to do, now if he enjoyed it, he'll try to hang on to you to keep being able to have that dessert. If not, if he didn't do it, if he didn't enjoy it, then you might see him pull away because he was only there for one reason. And so you got to understand, and again, this is not me telling you to use your body as a negotiating tool, because you never should. If you use your body as a negotiating tool, you're setting yourself up for problems. And that includes those of you who are married. If you try to use that to negotiate with your partner, you're setting yourself up for the cheating and stuff that happens. And you are now, you guys have heard me say before, the cheating is always the responsibility of the person that cheated. But you are contributing to that because you're creating a dysfunction within your home, because the fact is you're using sex as a tool, just like we talk about people not using your kids to get back at the other partner. It's the same thing. Do not use your body as a way to get back at your partner. No, you're going to create some friction in that relationship, and trust me, they're going to usually end up going outside to get it resolved. And even though we know the outside person is not the solution, that's where they're going to go, and you contributed to that. So your body is never a negotiating tool. But at the same time, like I tell ladies, when you learn to value yourself, which is really the whole thing of everything that I'm teaching, he may have to actually put a ring on your finger before he goes to bed with you the first time. So it's not that you're using it as a negotiating tool. You value you enough to know that I don't just go to bed with anyone. Now you're going to be able to actually have a relationship with him and draw him in and build a real foundation, a real solid relationship. And then we're not worried about all that backing out and all that, because we're going to be able to have a relationship, get a lot of things answered. Where are you headed? What do you want? What are you looking for? We become great friends, and then all this other stuff that people keep having as problems doesn't show up in your relationship. Now, you're going to always have disagreements on subjects. That's called being human beings. Things are going to happen. We're going to always disagree. But the major things should always be addressed before you ever get married. So with that said, if you're out there using your body very quickly to try to lure a guy in, I remember having someone tell me that once. She like, man, he don't know. Once I get him, it's over. And I'm sitting there thinking, you're really that naive that you believe that your sex is so good you're going to reel him in. Now, you could be the greatest in the world. It'll make him come back. It's not going to make him commit to you. It's not going to make him stay with just you. But he will do everything he can to come back if he truly enjoyed it. See, you're looking for someone who wants to be with you. And I had a lady tell me that one time. She was like, 70%, what did she say? 70% of a relationship is sex. And I told her, and that's okay for you to believe that because you're young. And I said, now don't expect a relationship to last believing that, but you're young, you're going to have a lot of time to learn that. I said, because folks, if some of you hear that and you're older and you think that, trust me. You hear it all the time when you hear people say, yeah, once you get married, you've been together for a long time, sex starts slowing down, you don't do it. Folks, that's real. That's real. And not that you're trying to hold it against the person, which I hope you're not, but life happens and now you guys are together all the time. And it's just that sometimes one person's tired, the other one's not. See, the dating stage and the married stages are different. Now, with that said, that doesn't mean that you don't do the things that you did during dating. Folks, please don't forget that. The things that you did to catch them will also keep them. Remember, if they like to go out to dinner, you can't get married and then all of a sudden say we no longer go out to dinner. You guys follow? If they like dancing, you can no longer say we're not going to go dancing anymore now that we married. You got to keep those things in the relationship because those are the things that excited them about the relationship to begin with. And again, that's the communication parts about a relationship. What is it that you need? What is it that you're looking for? And then I'll do everything I can to add that to our relationship, to keep our relationship exciting. Because folks, if all you're doing is coming home and is see you later, I'm going to bed, folks, that's with anything, that's called boredom. And now you start to look outside to add some excitement into your relationship, and that's when problems start. So, but anyway, so the major thing also that ladies you have to learn how to do as far as handling it is be okay with being alone. Being okay with being single. That's why for me, I tell you, you gotta value you. When you love you some you and you're okay with being with just you. Now, I'm not saying this is what you're striving to be, is I want to be alone and I'm just okay being by myself. No, I've seen ladies do that, and I think a lot of those that say that are kidding themselves. And again, this is guys too. They're kidding themselves. Well, I don't care about being alone. Yes, you do. As human beings, we always want to be in a relationship. But those same people have gotten to a point in their life where they don't want the pains that we talked about, the hurt. And so for them, and they're stubborn and stuck in their ways, so they know they're going to create conflict, and they're not willing to be flexible. And so all of these things, and they're willing to forego what could really add happiness to their life to be stubborn. And that's okay for them. Folks, I'm not playing that game. I know I'm going to get back into a relationship, and I'm open to that. And I understand those are things that I'm, as much as I've learned and I've studied, and I still know there's things that no matter what, I may think I know the answer. I'm gonna have to be able to compromise and understand that that's a part of being in relationships, is compromise, not sacrificing, compromising. I hear people talk about that. In relationships, you gotta be willing to sacrifice. No, you don't. Sacrificing means win-lose. Never, ever in your marriage should there be a win-lose situation. It should always be a win-win. We got to figure out a way. It's just most people don't know how to compromise. They've never been taught, so they don't understand how to make it where we both win. That's always what's going on in a relationship. That's just like any sport team or anything, and I like to use sports because it makes it easier. If you're on a team and one person's sacrificing versus compromising, see, you may be the greatest scorer, and that's not me sacrificing my scoring. That's me compromising as far as giving up my scoring ability, because what benefits the team is for me to play defense so you can do the scoring. So that's us working together as a unit for what's best for the team. It's not a sacrifice. That's a compromise. Sacrifice would mean if I felt that I had to give up what I want to do, and then I'm fighting that, and I'm kind of stubborn, like, he get to do all the scoring, I don't get to see where I'm saying because we're sacrificing. This is not about sacrifice. It's about us compromising and being excited about the roles that we play in our relationship. So anyway, the major thing, again, that ladies you have to get to is being okay with being alone. And when you're okay with that, then you don't settle for just anybody. Then you don't have to use you as a tool to reel him in. And by that, I'm talking about your body. But anyway, the key is, as you guys know, I talk about all the time, get you together, know the direction in which you're heading, and then you'll bring in the right guy, because you only attract that which you put out. If you're looking for a guy that's going to come in and be committed to you, you got to have your stuff together. I've used the example of I don't drink, and the lady that's going to run the second half of this life with me won't drink. But if I go to the bar and I'm looking for a woman that doesn't drink, you guys are going to look at me and say, Ron, let me give you a tip. Quit going to the bars. It's the same thing. You have to be able to recognize where you're headed. In my case, I know quit going to the bar, but what do I want? And then start hanging out in the spots where the ladies that do the things I want, they're going to hang out. If I say that I'm into healthy food, then I can't go looking for a woman at Taco Bell or McDonald's or any other fast foods. It makes sense for me to start going to food stores, healthy food stores, healthy restaurants, if that's who you guys follow me. So the key is, it's about developing you. That's why I keep saying it's going to always, everything you guys hear me say, no matter what the subject is, it's going to always come back. Get rid of your problems first. Then you can attract that person that you say you want. Because you should never have to beg anybody. You should never have to worry about, will they commit to me? he's pulling away. Folks, you don't have any of that. It just doesn't happen. Because the fact is, because of who you are, you're going to be a magnet. And you already are a magnet. It's just the people that you're attracting are telling you what you're putting out. And I know for some of you that may hurt feelings or whatever, but I'm here to be honest and upfront with you. You can only attract that which you put out. What's showing up is because of what you're putting out. Fine tune you. You will attract a different individual, and this conversation will disappear. And as you guys know, it ain't right, it ain't wrong. It is my opinion. Please share this podcast with others. And this is actually my YouTube channel, but hey, we'll throw it on. I'm gonna throw it on the podcast too, since we brought it up. But anyway, share this video with others, and I'm gonna keep it in here because hey, that's the thing. I want you guys to see. I make mistakes. We all make mistakes. We keep moving forward. That's a part of life. So, but anyway, share this video, like it, definitely like it. And if you're not at my YouTube channel, please visit the YouTube channel, ronsuchannel.com. Again, ronsuchannel.com. Leave a message. Check out my other videos. Share them. It is definitely appreciated. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.